Hey guys, welcome to more filler. Today we are going to be kind of discussing my history with Tokusatsu, why I like it, and what it means to me. We'll start from the beginning. Basically, I got my first, the Toku I was first introduced to back in like 2007 or so, was Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. Yeah. The worst Power Rangers season, but considered by many fans, was my first ever Toku. Yeah, and that's still something funny I think up to this day. But yeah, however, my real love for like Power Rangers didn't really start until 2012 or so, 2011, 2012. When basically I started watching a lot of Power Rangers, and then later I discovered Sentai with a review for the Engine Gatai Engine-O. And basically I was probably the only person in basically the entire school to know that Power Rangers used footage from another show. Also, in case you're wondering, don't mind the pauses, it's because I was looking up reference images on my computer. But yeah, and basically I thought I was cool just for knowing more about Power Rangers than anyone else in the school. But then I kinda fell out. I did occasionally watch some Kamen Rider videos. I really wasn't into it as much as I was into Sentai at the time. However, I also watched and basically during my sort of I guess what you could call and all through middle school I really wasn't that into Toku. I did bring it up occasionally. I did occasionally watch toy reviews. Heck, I went through basically I watched pretty much the entire series for the Cube animals, and I didn't even know they were from Sentai. However, then, very recently, I got back into Sentai and slowly started to inch my way into other Toku. In case you're wondering what my first Sentai series was, it was Kaku Ranger. Yeah, I watched a significant amount of Kaku Ranger, absolutely loved it, and yeah, I've been watching a lot of Toku ever since, and I really got into Kamen Rider once I started watching like Tokusatsu and started to watch a little more of MGO and TJ Omega, and I thought it looked kind of cool, so I started to get more and more into that until eventually going into watching my first Kamen Rider show, which was Kamen Rider Black. Yeah, pretty bad starting point. I then moved on to Kabuto and Double, which Double I love, and then I started watching Den-O, which is amazing. Sorry, I'm thinking this song. Then then a little bit while I was in my Kamen Rider and Sentai phase, I discovered Metal Heroes. Starting, of course, with Gavin, and then later I discovered Jabon and Jaspion, which I called Jaspion for the longest time until I realized that was its distribution name. So yeah, however, then in case you're wondering, VR Troopers is what got me into non-Power Rangers, non-Sentai, and during my Sentai era, I did in fact discover Cybercop and Grand Caesar. However, yeah, what got me outside of Sentai and Power Rangers Toku was VR Troopers. Yeah, VR Troopers. And basically, I knew that they also took footage from another show. However, I didn't know. Little did I know that it actually took it from 3 shows. Scheider, which was only used in the second season. Spielbahn, and then one more, Metalder. I also discovered Beetleborgs, which was Beef Fighter and Beef Fighter Kabuto. And basically, I decided for my first Metal Hero show, since I couldn't find Gavin anywhere, I decided to watch Metalder. And thus, my next Toku obsession was born. Metalder is my all-time favorite Toku. I'll go into more why I absolutely love it in my review, but just gonna say, it has great characters, it has great music, it has great villains, and it has Top Gunner. That's all I'm really, really gonna say. And I've drawn Metalder more than any other Toku, I think. Like any other single Toku character, I think I've drawn Metalder the most. And then we get to now, where I am the well of knowledge when it comes to Toku. I know about a lot of obscure Toku, and just a lot of Toku that a lot of people just don't come to their heads. I know, and I am one of the people who support wanting to get Cybercop English subs, because from what I've heard, it's a really good show, and I don't really understand that much Japanese. I know bits and pieces, but so yeah, any subbing company, give Cybercops English subs. I want to watch it. But just a list of some of my favorite Toku: Ninja Sentai Kakuranger, Jetman, my favorite Sentai series, Commoner Deno, Metalder, of course, Gavin, Scheider, Changerion is another really, really good one, and there are a lot of other really good shows that I've watched. By far the most disappointing Toku that I've watched, that's actually pretty easy. That would be, Kyodai Ken Baikrosa, which was boring. Straight up, it was boring. It had a lot of, like, J-drama elements, and just, it didn't... I could really not make it through the first episode with how kind of boring it was. Actually, no, my first Kamen Rider show wasn't even a Japanese Kamen Rider show. It was Dragon Knight. Black was my first Japanese, like, non-adaptation. Some of it. Yeah. I'm currently working on Faiz, which I am drawing Kaiksa here, who is from Faiz. As well as I'm still working on Changerion, absolutely loving it. As well as a couple of other shows. So yeah, also Ultraman Orb is another one I'm working on. I'm wanting to get more into Ultraman. In general, Toku is one of my new favorite genres. Is one of my favorite genres of shows. Contains some of my favorite shows of all time, and is in general just fun. There's a lot of great shows that can be found, each which with different tones for different viewers. It's not some people's thing, I know that, but it definitely is mine, and it means a lot to me. So, yeah, once again, just gonna let you watch the rest of the speed draw while I just shut up, and I will see you guys next time. Remember, Tumblr, Amino. See ya!